Hello students, welcome back to Madhvi's Java programming tutorials. In this video, I'll be explaining you the programs using for loop and selection statements. Let's see the contents: flow of control, table of two program, factors program, prime number, perfect number, HCF, finding maximum out of 5 numbers, and Java programs in BlueJ IDE. Flow of control: initialization condition will be checked. If the condition is true, body of the loop updates the loop control variable, again checks the condition. The loop is written in such a way, condition gets checked again and again as long as it is true. If it is false, then only it goes out of the loop control and executes the next statement if any. Table of two program. We are trying to display table of two till 5 terms, 10 terms, 100 terms. But here the process I'll be explaining with 5 terms. And with the help of just 2 lines program, we can display table of two 20 terms, 100 terms, any number of terms. For that, initialization for int I is equal to 1, I less than equal to 5. That means this loop works 5 times. 5 times it gives true condition. And then body will be executed. What is the body? 2 into I. First time 2 into I is 1. And some calculation 2 into I. 2 ones are 2. Like that, when I becomes 2, it's true, 2 twos are 4. When I becomes 3, 2 into 3 is 6, and so on and so forth. Let's see the program in BlueJ window. See the program. Just 2 lines. But this time what I'm saying is I1, I less than equal to 20 times it should work. And initialization condition, body, and then updation. So this is how it will work, the for loop. Now let's execute the program and see. Okay. And it is displaying table of two, 20 terms. Just 2 lines of program. This is the power of loops. Now let's make it a change here. See, I have added a statement here that is to accept a table number. Import java-util.scanner, scanner sc, and then enter a table number, and then I am accepting a table number t. Now how to change this program to display this table? Let's say it is 5, 5 should be displayed. So here what we do is t means whatever they enter, t is 5, 7, 8, 9, anything is okay. And then t into I, control K. When we execute the program, it accepts a table number first of all from the user. Let's say 3 is the table number, 3's table is being displayed. And if we say, let's say some 9 table, 9's table is displaying. This is how we use the same program not only for table 2 but any table. Let's understand factors of a given number. Now write a program to read a number from user and find factors of the number. What are factors which divide the number evenly? Means the remainder is 0. Let's suppose there is a number 6 and the factors of 6 would be 1, 2, 3 and 6, because 6 is divisible by 1, 2 and 3, also divisible by 6. So for that we start writing a program. I is 1, I less than equal to n, I plus plus. So 6 times this should work if input is 6. Now inside for loop we need to check whether that number it is divisible by 1 to 6, all the numbers. So what we do is we take an if construct inside for loop. I is 1 to 6, 7 times false, true, 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 true. Is 6 modulo 1 double equals to 0? That means is 6 is evenly divided by 1 or not? Yes, it is divisible and the answer is 0. So when it compares double equals to 0, it returns true. Then print I, print whatever is there in I. Then I plus plus. Is 6 divisible by 2? Yes, the remainder is 0. So true and prints 2. 6 divisible by 3? Yes, prints 3. Is 6 divisible by 4? No, the remainder is 2, not 0. So false, does not print. 6 modulo 5, the remainder is 1 but not 0, so does not print. But for 6 divisible by 6, it prints. This is the program. Let's see in Java IDE, Blue Java. Now let's see the factors program. First of all, scanner, then enter a number to find the factors, and then sc.nextInt, the factors of n are, it can be 5, 10, any number, are, run the loop till n, and then if n modulo I double equals to 0, divide it by 1, 2, 3, 4 till the number. If at all it is true, then print I. This is the program. So Control K and then execute. When we execute, enter number to find the factors 1, 2, 3 and 6. This is factors program. Now the prime number program, let's see. It is extension of the factors program. We can write in different way also, but this way we will understand better the construct, loop construct and if inside that. So write a program to read a number from the user and find prime or composite number. For example, if the number is 5, then it is a prime number. Otherwise, like 6 and other things, some of them are prime, some of them are composite numbers. What we try to do is, 5 is a prime number because it has exactly 2 factors, 1 and the number itself. Any prime number has the same concept. So we try to count how many factors are there. We know the program for count factors. First of all, for int I is equal to 1, I less than equal to n. If we take 5 times this loop works. If that number, that is n, modulo I double equals to 0 means it is a factor. If it is a factor, inside the for loop we try to count. So in the dry run, I 5 times it works, true, 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 false, and then n modulo I double equals to 0, 5 modulo 1 first time 0, then 5 modulo 5 is 0. True in 2 places, so count would be initially 0. Now 0 plus 1 is 1 and then at the end 1 plus 1 is 2. Now in the for loop, we counted only. That's why the dry run has only the iteration part. Now, by the time we come out of the for loop, the count, if it has exactly 2 factors, then prime number, otherwise composite number. But this program is not that efficient. We will change this program once if we understand jump statements. Let's go back to BlueJ IDE and execute. Now let's see the program. We are reading a number, enter a number, n is sc.nextInt, count is 0 initially. These are all simple statements. Now iterative part, which is just counting the factors. So run a for loop n modulo I double equals to 0, count plus plus. This process continues till the number, if it is 500 or something like that, this loop works 500. So we want to minimize the iterations by changing the program little later on. But as of now, we'll just count, and count is 2. Now look at this. Although for loop has 2 statements, based on that we can put a curly bracket, but not in this case. Why? Because for by default can execute one statement, and if by default can execute one statement. So even if I remove these curly brackets, it will work. But the beginners, I suggest that you put curly brackets if there are more than one line. Even if the if part also, block is required if based on if there are more than one line. Okay, let's execute this program. Control K, prime number program. If I give 5, it should tell me it is a prime number, or some 6, it should give me prime number. 5 is prime number. Some other number, let's say non-prime number, maybe 8, and then it says it is a composite number. So programming is very easy if we understand how to give the instructions to the computer. Now let's see perfect number program. Perfect number. What is a perfect number? It is a positive integer, first of all, and add all the divisors or factors excluding the number. For example, 6 is a number and all the divisors or factors are 1, 2, 3 and 6, but we don't want to count 6 excluding the number. And if we add them up, it should be equivalent to the given number, that is 6. So adding requires one variable in sum equals to 0, because we will keep on adding, so initially it should be 0. Now we are running a for loop. Here look at this. Instead of running the loop 6 times, we are taking n by 2. N by 2 is 6 by 2, that is 3 times, because any number can be divisible by at the most half of it. 8 is there, 4 is the number which will divide evenly, 1, 2 and 4. So 4 is the half of 8. So we are running the loop. I is 1, I less than equal to n by 2. And we are finding the factor if divisor if n modulo I double equals to 0. Now add. Sum plus is equal to I. So in the for loop, we are using I variable, I less than equal to n by 2, that is 6 by 2 in this case, and another if condition n modulo I double equals to 0, and then we are taking sum. So all these 4 in the dry run we have taken. And this loop works 3 times properly, 4th time false. So n modulo I, 6 modulo 1 is 0, true. 0 plus 1, initially sum was 0 and then 0 plus 1 is 1. Then 6 modulo 2, 1 plus 2 is 3. 6 modulo 3 is true. So 3, that is I plus sum was 3. Then 3 plus 3 is 6. So first time 0 plus 1 is 1. Then 1 plus I, 2 is 3. Then 3 plus I is 3, 6. Now by the time I come out of the loop, my sum has 6. Now another if condition. If the sum double equals to the number, then perfect number. Otherwise not a perfect number. So let's see the program. Now we are reading a number, enter a number. N is sc dot nextInt. I1, I less than equal to number by 2, I plus plus. And other perfect numbers are 28, 496, 8128 and things like that. See, if I run the loop till n, 8128 times or half of it will run. So now I am restricting the iterations by n by 2 because we know that any number is divisible by at the most half of the number. Now, if n modulo I double equals to 0, sum is equal to sum plus I. If sum is equal to n, perfect number, otherwise not a perfect number. The same program, and we will execute this program and see. If we give 6, it is a perfect number. If we give 28, also a perfect number. Any other number, let's say 5, not here. 5 is not a perfect number. Now, HCF program. Finding highest common factor. Let's suppose there are two numbers, 6 and 8. 6 factors are 1, 2, 3 and 6. And factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, 8. Now, common factors are 1 and 2 for both of them. Means it should be a factor to 6 and factor to 8. And both of them should be true. Logical expression. And largest is not 1, it is 2. So, what we do is highest common factor we try to store in H. And let's assume int A is 6, int B is 8. Now, we run the loop till the minimum because at the most, let's suppose the numbers are 6 and 12. The highest common factor is 6. That is minimum number out of the two. So, at the most, we have a common factor which is the minimum number out of the two. So, we take minimum. If A less than B, question mark A colon B, this is ternary operator. It stores the minimum number out of the two. Now I am running the loop from 1 to min. In this case 1 to 6, I plus plus. Inside this we have a condition. If A modulo I double equals to 0 and B modulo I double equals to 0. Both of them should be divisible by I, that is 1 first time. Yes. Then highest common factor was 0. Now I am putting whatever is there in I first time 1. H is 1. Replacing. Here also we did not put curly brackets because based on for if is executed, based on if H is equal to I. Then I plus plus. Is 6 divisible by 2? Yes. And is 8 divisible by 2? Yes. So both of them are true. So my H was 1. Now it will be replaced by 2, whatever is there in I. Rest of the things, if you see, all of them are false. 6 is divisible by 3, but not divisible by 8 is not divisible by 3. 6 is not divisible by 4, but 8 is divisible by 4. Both of the conditions are not true for I, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So by the time we come out of the loop, my highest common factor is 2. That would be printed. So let's see the Java program in BlueJ IDE. So we are reading enter two numbers to find the HCF. A, B are read. H is 0. Minimum find out. I is equal to 1. I less than equal to min. If A modulo I double equals to 0 and B modulo I double equals to 0, H is equal to I. This is for loop finished. No curly brackets because I said based on for if based on if H. And then HCF of A and B is H, that is 2. If I give 6 and 8, okay, Control K, and then execute HCF method, the program. Okay, enter two numbers 6 and 8. It is saying 2. What if it is some other number, 5 and 15? Highest common factor of 5 and 15 is 5, and so on and so forth. This is about for loop. Inside that, if or outside that, as a decision making statement, if. Now let's see the last but not least, the program. Maximum out of 5. Read 5 numbers from the user and display the maximum number out of the given numbers. So far, we have taken input before the for loop because only one number we used to accept. But the question says read 5 numbers. That means reading statement also should be inside the for loop and find out the maximum. Now let's suppose this loop works 5 times, 1 to 5, true, 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 6th time false, we know that. Now reading n, let's assume user has given 5, 3, 20, -5, 4 in each iteration. In the first iteration, 5 came. Now here I is 1, maximum is n. Let's suppose I give these numbers 5, 3, 20, -5, 4. Initially we said my max is -1 because the computer expects that some number should be stored in the variable. That's why we have given -1. But if you see, out of these numbers only we decide. Our brain decides out of the numbers. If I give 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, you say 4. Because out of the numbers only your brain adjusts. So we have to instruct the computer in such a way. We say as soon as the first number came, please find it or store it as maximum. Then start comparing. So if I is 1 is a condition inside the for loop, so I have taken over here. This returns first time true, rest of the times false. Then next another condition is maximum number less than n. First time it is false because both of them are equal. So max would be 5. -1 is changed to 5. Now I is 2. Next time user has given, let's suppose read n part is 3. Now is I 1? No. Is maximum has 5. Maximum less than n? No, 5 is not less than n, so nothing happens. No, maximum is not modified. Again, I is 3. This time user has given, let's assume 20. Now, is I 1? No. Goes to next one. If max less than n, yes, our max is 5 and the current n is 20. So, 5 is less than 20, so it stores maximum is equal to n. Rest of the 2, -5 is not greater than 20. Again, 4 is not greater than 20, so the loop does not modify max variable. And then system.out.println max. So, whatever we do in our brain, logically we need to give the instructions to the computer. This is a process which we have to learn. Learning requires so much of practice of the programs. Let's see in Blue Java. See, scanner is taken, num is declared, max is -1, enter 5 numbers, but reading sc.nextInt is inside the for loop for 5 times. If count CTR is 1, max is equal to the number itself. Else if num greater than max or max less than num, one and the same. Number is greater than max, immediately maximum should have the number. Maximum number is max after the for loop. Let's execute. And maximum, find maximum, we are giving, let's suppose, whatever numbers we want, 4, 2, 6, 8, 1. The maximum is 8. This is how we write and decide whether the program, the iterative process has input as a part of it or not. If not, what to be done? So this requires careful planning, and if you practice, you can do the programs very easily. Refer chapter 8 of Basics in Computer Applications for further understanding, and do practice exercise 2 from chapter 8. The next video is about series programs using for loop. Thank you.